The first text arrived at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Sweetheart, I need to talk to you about Christmas. I think it's best if you sit this one out this year. You've been struggling financially, and I don't want you to feel embarrassed around everyone. You understand, right? I stared at my phone screen, reading the words 3 times. My mother had just uninvited me from Christmas. The family Christmas I had attended every single year of my 32 years of life. Before I could process what was happening, a second text appeared. Also, did you send that catering money yet? I need it by end of day. The company is asking for the deposit. My hands started shaking. I sat down on my office chair and reread both messages again. She was kicking me out of Christmas because I was too broke to fit in, then immediately asking for money in the same breath. The cruelty was so casual it felt routine. Like she had done this before and knew exactly how to phrase it. I looked around my small but tidy apartment. The promotion letter sat on my desk, still unsigned. I had been waiting to tell everyone at Christmas. Now there would be no Christmas. At least not for me. I opened the family group chat with trembling fingers. My mother had posted an hour earlier. Just wanted to let everyone know that Claire won't be joining us this Christmas. She's going through a tough time financially and chose to take a step back this year. Let's all respect her decision and give her space. She'll be back when she's ready. The message had 15 reactions. Hearts, sad faces, and praying hands. My cousin Tyler commented, "Sending love, Claire. We understand." My Aunt Beatrice added, "Take care of yourself, honey. Money isn't everything." Not a single person had asked me if this was true. Not one person questioned my mother's version of events. She had already written the story, and everyone believed it. The lie was preemptive. She knew I would see it. She knew I would realize she had cut me out before I even had a chance to defend myself. My stepfather, Kenneth, added his comment last, "We respect her decision." I felt something cold settle in my chest. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was calculated. I typed a response 5 times and deleted it 5 times. Finally, I closed the app without saying anything. The private messages started rolling in within minutes. My Aunt Beatrice, "Claire, honey, I know things are hard right now. Have you tried budgeting apps? I can send you some links." My cousin Danielle, "Hey, no judgment, but maybe this is a good time to reassess your spending habits. Sometimes we live beyond our means without realizing it." My Uncle Howard, "Pride comes before a fall, kiddo. There's no shame in admitting when you're in over your head." Each message felt like a tiny knife. They weren't checking on me. They were giving advice I never asked for. They were agreeing with my mother that I deserved to be excluded. The family wasn't neutral. They had already chosen a side, and it wasn't mine. My younger brother, Marcus, sent a single message, "You okay?" I started typing a reply. I wanted to tell him everything. I wanted to scream that this was wrong, that Mom was lying, that I was doing fine. Instead, I wrote, "Yeah, just tired." I deleted his message thread and turned off my notifications. The worst part wasn't the exclusion. It was realizing how easily everyone accepted it. Like I was someone who could just disappear, and no one would question why. I thought back to 6 weeks earlier. Mom had called me crying. Her voice broke over the phone as she explained how this Christmas needed to be perfect. Kenneth's company had gone through layoffs. She was stressed. She just wanted one beautiful holiday to end the year on a high note. "I can't afford the catering I wanted," she admitted. "I know it's a lot to ask, but could you help me out? Just this once." I hesitated. My savings account wasn't huge, but I had been careful with money. I had always been careful. "How much?" I asked. $2,500. "I know it's big, but you're always so responsible with money. I'll pay you back after the holidays. I promise." I agreed. Not because I wanted to, but because she sounded desperate. Because I thought it would bring us closer. Because I wanted to be the daughter who could help when things were hard. Now, sitting in my apartment, I realized something. She never called it a favor. She called it an obligation. And the moment I agreed, I stopped being her daughter. I became her ATM. I opened my laptop and checked my email. There it was, the invoice from Premier Catering Solutions. The email was dated 3 weeks ago, and it was still marked as pending payment. No money had been transferred. No contract had been finalized. I clicked through the terms carefully. The payment authorization required my electronic signature since I was listed as the billing contact. Without my approval, nothing moved forward. My mother had told everyone she was hosting an elegant Christmas dinner. She had posted about it online. She had bragged to her friends. But none of it was real yet. Christmas was built on a bluff, my bluff. I closed my laptop and stared at the wall. A slow, cold clarity settled over me. She had uninvited me because she thought the money was already sent. She thought she could have both, my funding and my absence. She was wrong. I didn't reply to her texts. I didn't call. I didn't send the money. I just waited. My cousin Ashley called me 2 days later. "Hey, I heard about Christmas," she said carefully. "I'm really sorry. That sucks." "Thanks," I replied, keeping my voice even. There was a long pause. Then Ashley sighed. "Okay, look. I wasn't supposed to say anything, but I feel like you should know why this is really happening." My stomach tightened. "What do you mean?" "Your mom is inviting some of Kenneth's business friends. Rich people. Like, country club rich. She's been planning this dinner for weeks, trying to impress them. She thinks it'll help Kenneth get new clients or whatever." Ashley hesitated. "She told my mom that you didn't fit the image she was going for. She said your job title doesn't match the table." I felt something crack inside me. It wasn't about money. It was never about money. It was about appearances. About status. About her need to look successful in front of people who didn't even know me. I thanked Ashley and hung up. Then I sat in silence for a long time. Something inside me broke permanently that day. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just quietly, like a bone that snaps clean. The next morning, I walked into my manager's office at North Point Financial Group. "Claire, good timing," he said, sliding a folder across the desk. "I need your signature on the promotion paperwork. Congratulations again on Senior Financial Analyst." I signed the document slowly, watching the ink dry on the page. The salary increase was significant. The title meant respect in my industry. It was everything I had worked toward for 3 years. I had earned this months ago, but I kept delaying the announcement. I wanted to tell my family in person at Christmas. I wanted it to be a moment of celebration, not a resume bullet point. I thought Christmas was supposed to be about connection, about family, about love that didn't come with conditions. I was wrong. I slid the folder back across the desk. "Thank you," I said quietly. My manager smiled. "You've earned it. Your portfolio performance has been outstanding." I walked back to my desk and didn't tell anyone. Not my mother. Not my stepfather. Not the family group chat. If they thought I was too broke to sit at their table, then that's exactly what they would keep thinking. That evening, my mother posted on social media. The post had a photo of her dining room, decorated with elegant white and gold ornaments. Candles lined the table. Everything looked perfect. The caption read, "So excited to host an elegant Christmas dinner this year. Can't wait to welcome friends and family to celebrate the season. Grateful to be able to make this happen. #blessed #hostess with the mostess #Christmas dinner." The comments poured in immediately. "Your home is beautiful. Can't wait. See you there. You always throw the best parties." I stared at the screen. She had already taken credit for a dinner that didn't exist yet. She was accepting praise for generosity funded by the daughter she had just excluded. My finger hovered over the comment section. I could expose her right there. I could tell everyone the truth. I could watch her carefully built image collapse in real time. Instead, I liked the post. Then I took a screenshot and saved it to a folder on my phone labeled Evidence. Kenneth called me at 11 p.m. that same night. "Claire, I need to ask you something," he said. His voice sounded strained. Okay. Did your mother uninvite you from Christmas? I paused. She told me it would be better if I didn't come. Kenneth was quiet for a long moment. I didn't know. She told me you had cancelled. She said you had other plans and didn't want to come this year. My chest tightened. She lied to you. Apparently. He sighed heavily. Look, I don't want to get in the middle of this, but I need to know, did you already send the catering money? There it was. The real reason for the call. No, I said simply. Another long silence. Claire, your mother is counting on that money. The dinner is in 2 weeks. I know. So, are you going to send it? I looked out my apartment window at the city lights below. I don't know yet. Kenneth's voice got tighter. This isn't a game, Claire. People are expecting this dinner. Then maybe Mom should have thought about that before uninviting me. I hung up before he could respond. The next morning, I sent a professional email to Premier Catering Solutions. Good morning. I am writing to confirm that I am the sole authorizing party for the invoice dated November 14th. Before proceeding with payment, I would like written confirmation of all services, dates, and cancellation terms as outlined in our original consultation. Please send an updated contract for my review at your earliest convenience. Best regards, Claire Hammond. The reply came within an hour. Dear Ms. Hammond, thank you for reaching out. Attached is the updated contract for your review. Please note that final payment is required by December 10th to secure your event date. Cancellations made after December 10th will result in forfeiture of deposit. Please let us know if you have any questions. Regards, Premier Catering Solutions. I saved everything to my evidence folder. No drama. No anger. Just a clean, professional paper trail. I didn't want revenge. I just wanted clarity. And I wanted my mother to understand that actions have consequences. My mother started sending reminder texts on December 8th. Hi honey. Just a friendly reminder that the catering deposit is due in 2 days. Want to make sure we don't lose our spot. Red heart hash. Then, later that evening. Hey. Just checking in. Did you see my earlier message? The next morning. Claire, I really need to hear from you about this. Time is running out. Each message was framed as helpful, gentle, concerned. But underneath was the same message. Pay up. Not once did she apologize for uninviting me. Not once did she ask how I was feeling. Not once did she acknowledge that what she did was cruel. She just wanted the money. I didn't reply to any of the messages. I watched the countdown in silence. December 9th came and went. The deadline was tomorrow. The phone calls started on December 10th. First, my Aunt Beatrice. Claire, your mother is really stressed. I know you two are having issues, but can't you just help her out this one time? Be the bigger person. Then my Uncle Howard. Family is family, kiddo. Don't let pride get in the way of doing the right thing. Then my cousin Danielle. Look, I get that you're upset, but this is affecting everyone. Just send the money and sort it out after the holidays. Not one person asked why I was uninvited. Not one person questioned whether my mother was wrong. Not one person considered that maybe I was the one who deserved support. Peace was only demanded from the victim. My cousin Tyler called last. His voice was gentler than the others. I don't know the full story, he admitted. But I feel like there's something Mom isn't telling us. What did she say? I asked carefully. She said you've been having money problems and that you're embarrassed. But honestly, that doesn't sound like you. I stayed quiet. Tyler sighed. Look, whatever is going on, I hope you're okay. I thanked him and ended the call. That evening, my Aunt Beatrice called again. This time, her tone was different. Softer. Almost guilty. Claire, I need to tell you something. I waited. Your mother has done this before. My heart stopped. What? Beatrice's voice dropped. Years ago, before you were born, she did the same thing to your Uncle Howard. She planned this huge family reunion, asked him to cover the venue cost, then uninvited him last minute over some argument. She still used his money, though. I felt my chest tighten. And when you were 10, she did something similar to Kenneth's sister. She asked her to pay for your birthday party, then told her not to come because they had a fight. The party still happened. My voice came out flat. Why didn't anyone stop her? Because she always makes it seem reasonable. She always has an excuse. And honestly, most of us just don't want the drama. I closed my eyes. So this is just what she does. I'm sorry, Claire. I should have warned you. After Beatrice hung up, I sat in the darkness of my apartment. This wasn't personal. It wasn't even about me. It was a pattern. A habit. A cycle. And I was just the latest person caught in it. But I was also the first person who could stop it. On the morning of December 11th, I sent one message to the family group chat. I want to clarify something. I did not choose to skip Christmas. I was uninvited because Mom decided I didn't fit the image she wanted to present to her guests. She then asked me to fund the catering for an event I'm not allowed to attend. I've decided I won't be doing that. I wish you all a lovely holiday. I turned off my phone before anyone could reply. Then I sent a separate email to Premier Catering Solutions. Please cancel the contract effective immediately. I will not be authorizing payment. Thank you for your professionalism. The reply came quickly. Cancellation confirmed. Thank you for notifying us. I sat back in my chair. No yelling. No insults. No anger. Just a boundary. Clean. Firm. Final. For the first time in weeks, I felt like I could breathe. My phone was still off when I got home from work. When I finally turned it on 2 hours later, there were 43 missed calls and 62 text messages. The voicemail from my mother was 7 minutes long. Her voice started loud and furious. How dare you embarrass me like this? Do you have any idea what you've done? You've ruined everything. The caterer cancelled. My guests asking questions. You are the most selfish, ungrateful. Her voice cracked. Then the tone shifted completely. Claire, please. I'm begging you. I don't understand why you're doing this. I'm your mother. Don't you care about me at all? Don't you care about this family? She was sobbing now. Please call me back. Please. We can fix this. Just call me. I deleted the voicemail without listening to it again. My mother sent a text at 6 a.m. the next morning. Claire, I've thought about it, and I'm willing to compromise. You can come to Christmas. But you still need to send the money for a scaled-down version of the catering. And please don't talk about work or money at the dinner. I don't want my guests to feel uncomfortable. I read the message 3 times. She was offering me inclusion, with conditions. I could come back to the family, as long as I paid for the privilege and stayed quiet about my success. I could be tolerated, as long as I made myself smaller. I typed my response carefully. No. I won't fund an event where I'm treated as a burden. I won't buy my way into a family that only values me for money. I hope your dinner goes well. I hit send and blocked her number. The next day, Kenneth called from his work phone. The catering company is enforcing the cancellation policy, he said. His voice was tight. We lost the deposit. Now we can't afford the dinner your mother promised. I'm sorry to hear that. Claire, people are already asking what happened. Your mother told everyone this was going to be an elegant event. Now it's not going to be what she said. That's not my problem, Kenneth. She's your mother. And I'm her daughter. But that didn't stop her from excluding me and lying about it. Kenneth was silent for a long moment. What do you want me to say to people? Tell them the truth. I hung up. 2 hours later, my cousin Tyler posted in the family group chat. So I heard the real story. Mom uninvited Claire but expected her to pay anyway. That's messed up. The chat exploded. By December 15th, the truth was spreading. My Aunt Beatrice confirmed the pattern of behavior. Tyler explained what really happened. My brother Marcus finally spoke up and said he never believed I was broke. The family group chat became a battlefield. Some relatives defended my mother. Others demanded answers. A few quietly left the chat altogether. Meanwhile, Kenneth's wealthy friends started asking uncomfortable questions. "I thought your daughter was coming. Wasn't this supposed to be a catered event? Is everything okay?" My mother tried to control the narrative, but the cracks were too wide now. People saw through the performance. Her carefully constructed image was crumbling in real time. And I wasn't even there to watch it happen. Christmas Day arrived. I spent the morning in my apartment, drinking coffee and watching snow fall outside my window. My phone buzzed occasionally, but I ignored it. Around noon, Tyler sent me a single text. "You should know what happened." Then he sent photos. The dining room looked nothing like my mother's social media post. The decorations were sparse. The table was set with regular dishes, not the elegant china she had promised. Only 8 people showed up, and half of them left early. In one photo, Kenneth sat alone at the head of the table, staring at his plate. Tyler's final message said, "Someone asked Mom directly why you weren't here and why she expected you to pay. She couldn't answer. Just went quiet. It was brutal." I put my phone down and looked out the window again. The punishment wasn't financial. It was social, emotional, permanent. And it came from her own choices, not mine. On December 28th, my mother sent an email. The subject line read, "I'm sorry." I almost deleted it without reading. But something made me open it. The message was long, rambling, honest in a way I had never seen from her before. "Claire, I don't know how to fix this. I was scared of being judged by Kenneth's friends. I was scared of looking like a failure. I thought if I could control how things looked, I could control how people saw me. I thought I could have the perfect Christmas if I just arranged everything the right way. I never stopped to think about what I was doing to you. I used you. I lied to you. I treated you like you were disposable. I don't have an excuse. I was wrong. I've lost the respect of my family. Kenneth barely speaks to me. My friends see me differently now. But the worst part is knowing I hurt you. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just need you to know that I'm sorry." I read the email twice. It was the most honest my mother had ever been. But honesty didn't erase the damage. I replied 3 days later. "Mom, I appreciate your apology. But you need to understand something. I was never broke. I got promoted 3 months ago. I'm doing well in my career. I didn't pay for your dinner because you uninvited me and expected me to fund my own exclusion. You thought I didn't fit the image. But the truth is, I never needed your approval. I hope you can reflect on why you value appearances more than the people who love you. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just done accepting treatment I don't deserve." I hit send and closed my laptop. My mother called the next day. I let it ring. She left a voicemail. "You were never broke." Her voice was small, shocked. "Claire, I didn't know. I thought." She trailed off. "I miscalculated everything, didn't I?" Yes, she did. But I didn't call her back to confirm it. In the weeks that followed, the family dynamics shifted. My Uncle Howard stopped speaking to my mother. My Aunt Beatrice set firm boundaries. My brother Marcus started calling me regularly to check in. Even Kenneth demanded changes. He told my mother that her behavior had embarrassed him in front of his colleagues, and if she wanted to repair her reputation, she needed to start with honesty. My mother lost more than money that Christmas. She lost authority, control, the illusion she had spent years building. And for the first time, there were real consequences. On January 15th, my mother sent one final message. "Claire, I don't expect you to come back. I don't expect you to forgive me. But if you're willing, I'd like to try again. Not with conditions. Not with expectations. Just, as mother and daughter. No money involved. No performances. Just us. If you're open to it, I'll be here." I read the message in my office during lunch break. Outside my window, the city moved on like it always did. People walked to meetings. Cars honked in traffic. Life continued. I thought about what I wanted. And I realized something important. Forgiveness didn't mean I had to give her access again. I could forgive her and still protect myself. I could wish her well and still keep my distance. I typed my response carefully. I'm not ready yet. Maybe someday. But right now, I need space. I hit send. That evening, I celebrated quietly. I ordered takeout from my favorite restaurant. I opened a bottle of wine. I sat by my window and watched the city lights flicker on one by one. Christmas had come and gone. I didn't attend the dinner. I didn't send the money. I didn't fix my mother's mistakes. And somehow, I had never felt more free. I didn't ruin Christmas. I broke a cycle. I reclaimed my dignity. I learned that respect isn't for sale, and love shouldn't come with conditions. My mother's downfall came from her own choices. My victory came from refusing to accept treatment I didn't deserve. I raised my glass to the window. To new beginnings, I whispered. And for the first time in months, I smiled. Not because I had won some dramatic battle, but because I had finally, truly, chosen myself.